Alright, today we're going to try to fix this slow rise shade. I came out here one day and it had fallen all the way down behind the couch. The spring had broken there. So I got online, found the slow rise company, and tried to look for parts, couldn't find any, and finally found where it said on their website, call them for parts. So I called them. The lady that I talked to was kind of short, but we took care of business, and she got me one sent in the mail. They didn't even charge me for it. I guess it's figured it's under warranty. But they sent me another spring right here. So we're going to try to replace this thing today. They show you on the website how to do it. It looks real easy, but I thought I'd do it and put it up here so you can see how somebody who doesn't do it every day see how much trouble I have. So with that, here we go. We got to remove this thing. There's some clips up in here. Just push the little thing in and it should pop out. Should. When I took this apart before around to this, these little things will come apart, these little springs come out. They get down here on your carpet, they are a booger to find. Luckily I caught that one. See if this one does the same thing. There's 3 of them on this one. This shade's 5 feet long. On the video, the guy you see on the Slow Rise website, he's doing one that's about 2 feet. One more. This little clamp on there to hold it so it will roll down. Alright. So far so good. So when I found it down here, the tacky part of this was still good, so I tacked it back on there, rolled it back up. But when I roll it down in a minute, you'll notice it's kind of wrinkled. So that may be another video how we get the wrinkles out. So we'll see how that works. But let's get this fixed first. So according to the website, remove these 2 screws, and then this whole assembly comes out, and it's this thing right here. It should come out of here, and this little thing is on the this knob is on the end of that spring. Now you notice there's a knob on the other end. With this slow ride shade, if you watch the video, you can adjust. This one's the tension over here. This one on this side will adjust how far up it goes when you let go. I think at the factory they tightened this way too tight, because you used to be able to pull that thing and let it go. If you let it go, it would just whop, go right back up. And I think they had it way too tight. That's why I think the spring broke. So anyway, let's see all we got to do to get this out of here. Take these 2 little screws out, and then it should come right out. So let's give that a try. One screw. See if I can turn this around where you can see it. Two screws. And here it comes. The knob comes off, and then this spring should come out. There it is. So there's the old spring. Here's the new spring. We're going to thread it in there nice and neat. The little teeth got to fit. And there's little grooves on the inside of this thing. I don't know if I can get that where you can see it, but we'll try. May not be enough light in here, but there are grooves around in here that these little teeth have to go into. So you're just going to match those up Easier said than done when you try to hold this one. Okay, there we go. That's in. Now there's a second set of little teeth on this thing. This is what broke on the other one. I don't know if you can see that. See, there's two teeth broken on there, and it would not work anymore. So we're going to get these teeth also lined up in these grooves. Back in it goes. There's also grooves on the end of this thing. They have to line up too. So line those up. Got those back in. So far so good. So this just has to go back in there and match that up with the square in the new spring. Well, okay, here's the first mistake. This part has to slide into there. That'll make that a lot easier. There we go. Much better. Now let's get that lined up. Let's turn this a little bit, try to get it down into that notch. Actually, there it is. It's in. Now we're going to put the screws back in. One screw, two screws. There. Now you're supposed to hold this thing and retension it. So I believe it said go clockwise. 1, 2, 3, 4. And you need to try it out. Well, there's a good sign it's not going down on its own. Let's see if we can get it to go back up. Of course, never works like this, like they do in their video. Of course, the other one that's just 2 feet long. Let's get a little more tension on it. There it goes. You might want to put a little bit more on there, but I'm going to put it back up first. Alright. Let's see if all our brackets, except for this one, that one's in place. That was the one that came out. No, hang on, let me just play. Alright, got me a flashlight now so I can see up there. That one needs its spring. This one's got it. This one's about to lose it. Ooh. Don't let that sucker fall out. Like that. Okay. We're pausing the video to look for a spring. Alright, found my spring. So this goes into a little clip up in there, and this little spring sits right there, if you can see it. See it, and it doesn't want to stay. So this should sit up against that bracket up in there, but it doesn't stay too well. And if you let it slip out a little bit, then that spring falls out. Probably if I were going to, thought I was going to have to do this more often, I'd put a little dab of glue right there to hold it in place there. But since I hope I don't have to do this again for quite a long time, I'm just going to go ahead and try to stick it back. Okay, 30 minutes later, after screwing those little springs, figured out the problem. There's that little piece I showed you. It goes up in there. There's a little ear that's supposed to catch and keep that thing from backing out and that spring falling out, but that little ear's broken on there. So there's another video. I'll have to order some of those and just put that up. So we're going to try and get this back up in there anyway for right now. So here goes nothing. Gotta do this real careful so we don't knock the springs out of there. Like that. Yeah. While I have this out, there's supposed to be a little ear right here that when you push this up into that bracket it catches, and it won't let this back out so that this spring falls out. So there's another video. I have to order some more of these things, stick it up there. But in the meantime, let's see if I can figure something out. Alright, here goes again. There's a little notch in there. I stuck a little piece of paper in there temporary to keep it from that little thing from backing out and the spring to fall out. See if I can keep it in there long enough to get this notch back in there. So there's a notch along this side of this rib and one on this side. So we're going to stick it in that bracket this way and then lift it up, and it should snap in there. And that little spring is allowing that little pawl to go over this and then come back and catch it. So we'll see how that works. Slow rise, I don't think that's what they meant. I'll tighten this up just a little bit more. Slow rise. All in all, I'd say this project was very easy. If it hadn't been for these brackets that were broken, these two on either end were broken, this one in the middle was fine. That's how I figured out the little ears were broken on that little piece. So if it hadn't been for that, this would have been an incredibly simple job to do. Anybody that can do anything on a scale of 1 to 5, 5 being the hardest, 1 being the easiest, this would be a 1. Alright, I hope this helps somebody else out that may have the same problem. Good night.